Miss Mug. First of all, I am using a new microphone. It's pretty awesome. I think you might have heard it in my tutorials I've been doing lately. I really like it, but if the sound is kind of weird because I'm usually used to recording a little bit closer to it, then throw a comment up in the video in the chat, and I'll adjust it. I guess I'll take it out probably because then I can just use my the microphone on the camera. All right. Anyways, now that that audio thing is sorted, Happy New Year! Welcome to 2021. We made it. I I can't believe we're here. We got through the year, crazy. And to think when I was coming back to filming the I was thinking of filming this video and not doing a live stream. I was thinking like, man, how long have I been doing this since July? Right? I got in my new space in July, and it's been a wild couple of months because that's when everything got kind of crazy. So, thank you so much for joining me. We're just going to be doing a New Year's Day live stream chat. And again, if you cannot hear me, if the volume is kind of weird, just throw a comment up, or if it's fine, give a thumbs up or whatever, so I know that my audio is working. Okay, so what is going on? I am uh, slowly trying to get back into a pace. All right, thank you, RP. Volume is good. Fantastic. I'm going to give you, besides just wishing you and your loved ones a Happy New Year message, we're going to be talking a little bit about my plans for the studio. Invite you to join me in all of the crazy challenges that we've got coming up for the year. And then I'll talk a little bit about my progress as a painter, as a hobbyist, some changes that have been going on in the studio, and just kind of cap it with a nice little bow. It's New Year's. It's the first day of 2021, and that's why I wanted to make a video to kick off the year right, get everybody in a good spirit. One of the reasons why I stepped away from painting was because my work balance, hobby life balance went kind of out of whack. And as happens to a lot of people, you have to pick and choose what you're going to spend your limited time on. I think I made a Monday motivational video on this last week about why it's important to balance the things in your life. But as I find that I'm able to devote more of my free time back into the hobby that I grew up with, the hobby that I love, I wanted to share the joy of that hobby with you guys again. And really, you guys were the first community that I got involved in. I've told this story a bunch of times, but if you don't know it, when I was getting into like Dungeons and Dragons, I had no idea what Warhammer was yet. But I went to my local game store and back in Hawaii, and I tried. There was a gaming night every like a weekly gaming night, and I really wanted to be a part of that. But it's hard when you don't know the rules to a game. You see a bunch of guys sitting around a table rolling dice. It looks like a lot of fun, and nobody really wants to teach the new guy, the mechanics and everything. And everybody wants to just get into gaming. They don't want to spend time going on like a, kill the giant rats baby quest. So when I got on YouTube and I started making videos painting my dwarves that a friend of mine had commissioned, that was when the doors really opened up, and I realized like there's a whole community of people out there in the world, right? Because when you go to a game club and you're in your own local community, you've got everybody that goes to that community to play, everybody in that community that goes to that one game store to play, and that's it. But when you share your work and your experience, for me it was painting dwarves. I'd never painted dwarves before. When I shared that on YouTube, I found like a whole community of people who were willing to help and who wanted to give me feedback and who wanted to help me grow as a painter. And there's a lot of people that are out there, you might be one of them, who enjoys painting and enjoys modeling, but maybe you're not as sociable. You don't want to go to the game club. You'd rather spend your time focused on the things right in front of you. So maybe you want to learn how to paint Corn Bloodbound Warrior, but you don't want to ask the guys at your local gaming club, or you can't find the guide in the White Dwarfs. That's why YouTube has been such a great thing for me. And I wanted to open my live chat, live stream by inviting you to do more on YouTube. If you've never done a video on YouTube, it's great. It's so easy. I'm doing this just through the YouTube app on my phone. I don't have any fancy lights, although I did invest in this. Check this out. Boom, ring light. that's uh, that's something that I did invest in, like $10. But YouTube is so easy to get into. So that's my first thing. The first point of order in today's video. I encourage you to be more active in the online community, and you can just write comments. You could post pictures or videos up on my Discord or any Discord, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. But it's great to keep growing the community, especially crazy times like this when we could all use a little bit more connectedness because we're so separate because of because the world's on fire. Okay, so that point of order out of the way, that business is done. What did I want to talk about next? My studio is going through some changes all the time. All the time it's going through changes. And the old Warboss Tay format of doing tutorials in like 45-minute parts is probably not going to continue that way just because my time is being split up a lot differently than it was 10 years ago when I wasn't married, I didn't have my own home, I wasn't working a full-time job. And so as I grow and as I evolve into my more evolved forms, I'm going to have to make some changes to my videos. You might have noticed in my latest video for the Relictor Space Marines, I split it up into two sections. One is a how to paint to a tabletop standard. If you're a new painter, all you want to do is copy the Games Workshop color scheme. Then you can follow that tutorial. It's going to be just base coats, washes, maybe retouching a couple of those base coats, and that'll be it. And then if you want to do it a little bit more, you want to have something you're really proud of, have a high tabletop standard, then you can follow the second video, which is going to be a lot more of those washes, highlights, maybe glazes, and some techniques. So you might have seen my tentative first steps in doing that format. What I also would like to do is film a non-tutorial tutorial that's basically going to be me holding up a model and saying, okay, this is step one. You spray prime your model in Mephiston red spray paint. And then I come back with the model all painted up with the base coats, and I say, okay, so this is what you're going to look like after following these next steps. Mephiston red for all the armor, then we'll zoom in and I'll show you all the different parts, and then I'll just basically show you what paints you use and which areas. You're not going to see me actually painting. What you're going to really be seeing is me pointing out the different areas and then showing what paints I use. A lot of people just want to know the paints. They want to list the paints. They don't want to watch me or listen to me or Igor spouting off for like 45 minutes. They're just like, okay, come get to it. I don't have time. So that's the non-tutorial tutorials. I'm still trying to work out the kinks because I have to stop filming my tutorials to show off the model and the different paints that I'm using. But I mean, it's just one more way for me to get content out there. As a content creator, I want to provide value. I want to provide what service I can. So, yo, Logan, what's up, man? How's it? Happy New Year. Logan is a veteran of my crazy challenges. So, all right, let's talk about that. I talked about my videos. I talked about the new kind of format. Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks for checking out my video. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing low tabletop standard videos, and then what used to be my how to paint tutorials where I would do like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. I'm just going to break it up. My first video, how to get a regular tabletop standard model on the table. About 40-45 minutes if you saw my Relictor Space Marine tutorial. And then the second part of the video is going to be how to get a high tabletop standard. Boom. So I'm going to do another tutorial where you can watch me apply all the paints. You can see all the different colors and techniques I use to bring the highlights up, do edge highlighting maybe. Just bring everything a little bit into a higher quality. And then we'll do a non-tutorial tutorial. And I welcome your feedback if you think that anything should be changed, clarified, cut out, or added in to my videos to make them better, then I would love to hear that. Okay. That sound good, Yoda? Good it sounds. Painting my stuff now. Sorry, I've been off the hobby for a while. Been busy with work. I hear you, brother. Amen. Got lots of plastic crack to paint and assemble. Yes, there is a lot. There is a lot. That's actually point three on my loose list of things to talk about. Models. Games Workshop, all the companies out there that are getting into modeling, especially because of 3D printing. I don't know if you've noticed, but there are some really nice models out there for all sorts of lines. Hey, Warboss Hey subbed after finding your Sterlander painting guide. Thanks for your good content. Thank you. Thank you very much, Triple Herbals. Um, Before getting back to the painting, and that kind of folds into what I'm talking about now. If you have a comment, you want to throw it in. If you want to throw a super chat, that'll be easier for me to track. But if you want to throw in a comment, I'll try to respond. I'm sorry if I miss your comment. If I miss your comment. Watch your videos on the von Karstein models from back in the day. Thanks, Snatter. Man, am I scared of ordering them. The von Karstein models? No. Um, I love the old Empire models, that Sterling model for painting the old state troopers. I love the Vampire Counts models are fantastic. I've been taking a look at some of the new Vampire Count models, and I prefer the Vampire Counts. Matthew, been a fan, started watching 7 years ago. 7 years, wow, that's a thank you for following my content. I think a lot of people that I follow on YouTube, like a lot of the comedy channels or video game channels and stuff, if you look at their backlogs, they don't go too far back. A lot of people are newer to YouTube, and if you're a content creator like myself, I've been in it, man, since 2010. I think since 2010 I started posting my first videos, and I was posting videos back on our quick and easy way to film a video without having to worry about memory cards or editing too much. You just film it on your flip and put it in the computer, and it was so blurry. The sound was terrible because there was no exterior mic, and it was just a mess. So I've evolved through the years, and a lot of people comment or send messages on Discord or wherever saying that they found like an old ogres video or something that I did years and years ago. And so thank you for following me. The reason why I have these yeah, I never really got into battle reports. I tried hard for me to wrap my head around. It's a lot easier for me to just get a camera going while I'm painting. The reason why I have so much content on my videos is because Games Workshop has been producing a lot of great stuff. When I got back into the hobby, it was just about the time when the Battle for Skull Pass came out, the Dwarves and the Night Goblins. So there wasn't a lot of content on YouTube. There was Blue Table Painting that did a rough, like, hey, this is how we painted this model, and hey, Blue Table fans, and I tried to use that. I think Girl Painting was already doing painting tutorials, but a lot of the videos that I saw were basically just showing you a model and saying, okay, so this is what you paint here and here and here. And nobody really showed you every single paint stroke. And that's kind of why I wanted to get into the tutorials because, or the long form videos, because they made sense to me. And at the time too, not to sound pathetic or antisocial or whatever, but I didn't really have a lot of friends. I think I was moving into a new place or something was going on in my life where I didn't have a lot of social contacts outside of painting my little plastic army men. So it was fun for me to be able to turn on a video and on YouTube, which was just getting crazy at the time, and follow somebody and feel like I was painting with someone. Somebody was painting with me instead of just showing me, okay, here's a model and this is the colors you paint, and then we'll jump to the next step and everything's painted, and you're like, well, how did you get there? How did you get from a base coated model and then say, okay, now you paint on this gold and silver, and then you put some washes, and then you come out with this. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to get this, but I wanted to see how you got there. And then once you got there, it's like, okay, well, what else can I do? You can add more highlights, you can add more techniques, and then you can get to this. So how do you get there from the second step? I want to see how you highlight. I want to see how you did the techniques and made everything. And so there's a great value to painting on YouTube. I think there still is, because people who start our crazy hobby, they see something on the box art or they see something in the promotional materials or whatever, and they're like, I want that. That's what I want. How do I get to that point? And so there's always going to be value in people posting videos. And the reason why there's so many videos that on my backlog and a lot of people's backlog is because Games Workshop has been really churning out the models. And when I first started painting, I thought, oh, maybe I'll just collect one army and that'll be it. And now look at me. I got like, and I don't have to buy anything ever again. I can make YouTube content forever because there is so much that I have in my garage of opportunity. So there is no. What was the point I was trying to make with this? Let me check my notes. There's always opportunity to paint, to learn, to grow, and there's no harm, there's no shame in having your backlog sitting around for a while. I kind of wish they would slow down a little. I know, Logan, remember back maybe like 5, 10 years ago, maybe I don't know if you're in the hobby, but I mean like 5 years. Games Workshop would release like a new army every other year, and so we'd wait for these big releases and then be like, oh, these are so cool. I want to get this or that. Your road free audio got me through a ton of painting sessions. I always sometimes put it on for nostalgia. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you for that super chat. That really means a lot to me. What a way to start off the new year. Thank you so much. Um, I want to be there for people. Like uh, the me thing, like 8 years ago, War Boss Tay, back when he was just like a regular big boss. Hey, David Moffat, Happy New Year. When when I was making videos, I thought I'm like I'm doing this painting session, right? I'm all by myself. I might have like some music playing in the background, but I feel like I'm by myself painting my night goblins at the time, and I was like, man, this is kind of crummy. This is kind of boring. I want to do something else. Turn on a video game, put down the paintbrush. But when you turn on YouTube and you see somebody painting with you or somebody going through the same process you're going, then Vestroians, yeah, Logan, right on. It helps. So when when I found YouTube, YouTube really helped me save it. YouTube saved my life because it was a way for me to grow as an artist. And if you look at those first couple of videos that I made in 2010, I didn't really think about what did it mean to be a YouTube creator, have a studio and just like churn out content, you know? All I was thinking was I got these dwarves I got to paint. I'm going to make videos tracking my progress because it'll help me commit to painting them, and that's all I'm going to worry about. So when you're just a regular painter, like I think all of us are, all of you guys out there watching me right now, having somebody painting with you helps to motivate you to get to the next step. And that's why there's no shame in having a collection that hopefully you one day get to, but if not, there you could sell it, you could trade it for something that you're actually interested in, or you can, decide one day if you're doing a painting challenge, a Warboss Day painting challenge, that oh maybe today's the day I'm gonna crack on with my Imperial Guard that I bought and I never touched. So this year, it's my New Year's resolution that I whittle that down to like as small a pile as possible. It'll never be gone, and who knows? I swore an oath. I swore an oath not to buy any more miniatures, and who knows how long that's gonna last? Because Games Workshop is gonna turn around and release a squat army, and then I'm gonna be like, take all my money, take it, take it. Happy 2021. Hey Brady, hopefully it'll be better. Kaboom! Yes, everybody, happy 2021. Thank you for joining me. And we're just talking. And if once the comments start going faster and faster, I'm sorry if I don't address what you say. Just throw a comment in. And if you want to support the studio, then a super chat will definitely help me see it a little bit longer. We're going to hang out for a little longer on this channel, on this live stream. I'm going to talk a little bit more about what's going on in my life and what my goals are for the future, some hobby stuff, of course, culture stuff, video games. I've got a list that I'm going to try to get through. I wrote it down because I was watching some of my old live streams, and I do tend to ramble a bit. But hey, if you're just painting and you've got this playing in the background, then I guess that doesn't matter, right? So getting back to it, Games Workshop, all the game companies, I think for a while, like Firestorm Games, and there were a bunch of different companies releasing games with really cool models. And a lot of times we want to go out and get that model. I don't know if you remember, I did a game called All Quiet on the Martian Front. I loved it. The scale so small, I think like 8 millimeters or 16 millimeters. Couldn't be eight. Maybe it was 16. And I thought like the World War I Martian Walker aesthetic was so cool. I spent all this money buying this game and all these extra packs, and sometimes the games fall through. Oh, Forge Ball, right? Or what's the football one that fell through? I can't wait to paint my first mini of 2021. Nice, yeah. Oh, that's right. New year, new models. So whatever you're painting, whatever your first model of the year is, I hope you do a great job. I hope you stick to it, and I hope you finish it, and I hope it's something that makes you happy and proud of. So if you're listening to me, if you're turning this on and you've got it playing in the background while you're working on something, Warboss Tay, I am on your side, buddy. Let's get to it. Pick up that paintbrush. Don't turn on the TV or the video games. Don't get distracted. Finish your model. And when I'm playing this and I'm recording my tutorials for the Corn Bloodbound, then I'm gonna have to keep that in mind myself. um, yeah, it was a crazy year. For our New Year's Eve, the lady boss and I, we were just staying at home, hunkering in place, and our dogs. We have in the past been in areas with a lot more firecrackers and loud fireworks going off all over, and we live in a little bit more of a rural area now in Northern California. So we thought, oh, it'll be pretty calm, and it wasn't. I don't know where all these people just got all these crazy fireworks and aerials, and at around 11:30 they just go off overhead. So the lady boss and I, we went outside. We brought our little dogs, Duke and Duchess, and we're like looking up at all the pretty fireworks. And it's crazy, man. What a year. 2020, the year I decide to get back into doing YouTube, is the year the world decides to blow itself up and throw me into the darkest timeline. Do you ever get to a point of discouragement, Matthew? Mine's usually before I get the washes down. Rural people love fireworks. That's true, Brady, as I found out. So, okay, thank you for the question, Matthew. When I find myself getting to the point of discouragement when I'm working on a model and I'm putting on base coats before the washes, my computer took a dump on me, so I can't game anymore until my new power supply. Yeah, no distractions. I guess that's a blessing in disguise, right, Logan? My tip for you is get through the base coats. Nothing looks good with base coats. It might if you really thin down your paints so the paints don't go on too chunky. But if I'm trying to speed through a paint job, here you can, I'll put this up as a reference. This guy that I was doing just as a test model, okay, I didn't do any videos on him. I was like, okay, how do I get from bare plastic to something that I would be okay, I would enjoy watching a tutorial on. I was having a hard time because I would be getting the gold into the red armor plates and the new chaos models. A lot of Games Workshop's chaos models for the past few years, going back to I think the Dark Imperium Chaos Space Marine models, the Chosen that looks so great. Um, I gotta try contrast paints. Paints. Thanks for reminding me, David. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Um, when you get discouraged, don't go back. Okay. So my best advice, and I don't know, David Moffat, you're also a really experienced painter. Contrast paint is the way to base paint now. Okay, I have heard that. Thank you, Brady. Um, my best advice for you is power through. Don't stop. Don't go back. Don't fix your mistakes. Let the base coats get completely painted on. If you get some brass onto the red or whatever, don't go back. Because the second you stop, the second you break your rhythm, you're going to look at what you just painted. You're going to try to fix that mistake, and you're going to see the rest of your model is still not even base coated. You know what I mean? So paint all the base coats first. Make a mistake here or there, unless it's completely, in you're looking at it and it's completely distracting you because it's such a big, glaring, obvious mistake. Don't go back. Just make your way to the end of the base coat phase, And then before you put on the washes, take a look at your model and think, okay, what really needs to be fixed? Because I tell you this, a lot of the shades or a lot of the mistakes you make, tiny little mistakes where you get a little lick of gold paint where the red meets the gold, whatever it is, it's going to go away or it's going to be covered up or you won't see it as much. Trust the process, see it to the end. That's right. Just get through the base coats. Don't let the little mistakes bother you. I guess that's true with life. You can't make everything perfect, or else your models will never get painted. You're going to get discouraged. You're going to say, why did I even buy this? You have 19 other models from the same unit on your table. They're looking at you like, come on, paint us. Messy first, fix it later. That's right. All of your skill will come out in the fixing phase, the highlighting phase. Get through the base coats, get through the washes, and don't think about the mistakes you make because once those washes hit, you're going to have a model that looks really, really well shaded, or just it looks like not a Fisher Price toy, right? Sometimes when I get through the end of painting base coats on a model, I'm looking at it and it's like so bright and all the colors are just so picked out. When you add the shades on and the washes or the glazes or whatever, your first color that tones everything down and brings it together, your models are going to look so much better and you're going to get that boost. You're going to get that mental bit of encouragement that your model looks great. And at this point, so this guy, I painted the base coats and I threw on the Agrax Earth shade and I did not do any highlighting yet. But just looking at him now, he looks so much better. His Agrax or his Rakarth flesh skin tones that I painted on his arms, they look so bright. The gold looked too bright. It was kind of discouraging just to see him without the shades and highlights. But now looking at him, I feel that that motivation to keep painting because then I think like, well, what really needs to be picked back out for the highlighting colors? What really needs the work? Some of it looks so good. I could just leave these shadows if I'm just doing a basic tabletop standard and I don't have to worry about it. And then you get to this point where you did pick out some of those armor plates or you did bring your model up to a tabletop standard, and that might convince you to keep going. So basically, just keep plowing through it. Don't stop. Don't get discouraged. How do you stop the discouragement from overwhelming you? that painter's depression where you keep slipping and keep making mistakes. Don't worry. Just keep going and get to the next phase. So what are some tips and tricks that I can share with you to help you get there? First of all, a lot of mistakes that we make come from just not being in a good position to paint. So make sure you're well lit. Thanks. I should mention it's mostly 40K vehicles. Oh, okay. I was great at Fantasy Skeletons. The 40 vehicles are a ton of flat surfaces. Yes, 40K vehicles, flat surfaces, Space Marines. I would say if you have an air gun, what am I looking for? Airbrush. If you have an airbrush. Greetings from Germany. Hello. At least 2 light sources. Logan says that is true. I've got 1 light source right overhead. I have a desk lamp here on the side. If you have just 1 light source, you're going to miss a lot of the definition you need to do with looking at all the way the light hits your model from different angles. Okay, if you don't have an airbrush, for myself, what I do is I will use a lot of these guys. Colored primers will do 90% of the work for you. If you are an Imperial Fist player, oh, my heart goes out to you. But go out, get some yellow primer, spray that vehicle as much as you need to, and once you have it completely flat in that yellow, pick out the details. When you shade a vehicle, if you're going to shade the entire vehicle, don't take like your Agrax Earth shade or whatever color you want to shade and just like slap it on, because then you'll get a lot of that pooling that we don't want. Water down your shades, and when you brush it on, make sure you keep moving it so it doesn't pool in any area. That's kind of like my biggest tip to give when you're painting vehicles. A lot of vehicles in 40K, we're lucky because Games Workshop designed it so they are predominantly one color. Even Imperial Guard vehicles that use that camouflage pattern, you can do that by putting on masking like putty, right? Modeling putty, masking putty, I think it's called, and just put that on in different swirls and leave it on your vehicle. well, first you're gonna spray paint it orange or whatever that Catachan color is. Then you put on the masking putty. Then you spray paint it green. Then when you take it off, boom, camouflage pattern. Um, but if you're doing like a Space Marine vehicle, those are so easy because they're just one chapter color, right? Or if you're doing, um, I guess any kind of vehicle, you just look at what the predominant color is. No problem, Matthew. Um, you just look at whatever the predominant color is. You spray painted that color, and then you pick out the details. Like the tracks are going to be in silver, the metal pieces, like the exhaust, you pick out the silver, the brass, or whatever. And just like a regular figure, if you get discouraged because you're seeing brush strokes or you're seeing mistakes that you're making, don't stop. Don't stop. Don't go back. Keep going until you get to the washes and the details, and that's when you're really going to see the model come alive. And when you're starting to add like the oil streaks, or when you're adding the transfers and you're doing the battle damage and you're sponging on the little chips of paint, then you're really going to be motivated to continue. If you need an extra boost online, like you can find a lot of guides on vehicles, or if you want to invest, I got this one from Forge World, but I know there are a lot of companies. Yo, Dicey Guy, Happy New Year! Armor Masterclass books. Armor Masterclass books are terrific because they'll go step by step and they'll show you like how to add the battle damage and the streaks and everything. Now, because they are so detailed, the glaringly obvious mold line, yeah, I know. Dicey, were you going to sleep? Happy New Year, man. I don't know. Oh, yeah, what time is it over there? What was I saying? Forge World, these books are terrific, but very pricey. And there are other companies that do. I think AK now has started to. Yeah, Lamenters are easy, just yellow. AK Interactive has come out with some great armor books where they do the same thing, step by step, from building the model to converting it to doing like battle damage. Hey, how's it going, Victor? Greetings from Missouri. Haha, right on. 9 years. Woo! Oh, Waizawa, what's up? Oh man, oh Waizawa, I was just looking at some of your videos from the July painting challenge you did like years ago with us. Moffat, I am almost watching in bed. 1 a.m. All right, Dicey guys, sorry, Dicey guys watching in bed. So I'm gonna use my bedtime voice for continuing this video, lull you guys with some relaxing motivation and inspiration. That's so crazy. Oh, Aizawa, were you a teacher at the time that you did that project? Did I remember that? Uh, I think somebody that did that a challenge that year mentioned in their videos that that they taught like high school or something. And I thought, oh, I'm a teacher too. Yeah, still am. Oh, right on. Teacher to teacher. What a great job. What a great profession to be in. Okay, no, I won't do that. I won't weird you out, Dicey guy. Um, my mom was a teacher for like years and years and decades, and I always thought when I was growing up, like, who would want to be a teacher? What a boring profession. But then I got to be. I was a teacher for like 5 years at a high school, and I thought like it's the best profession because so many people. That's when you're learning who you are. Hey, Voices of Mars, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. And yeah, that's where I really learned like what kind of path I wanted to set myself on in life. And a lot of my teachers in high school helped me. So then I taught middle school, elementary school, no matter where you are in life, developing as a young person, teachers are so great. So shout out and props to all the teachers out there. If you can't afford one of these, then which most people, it's a little bit pricey. It's a little out of their price range. Then AK Interactive is another alternative. There are other companies that make modeling books that take you step by step through a process of taking a model from the frame and building it and then painting it that are really detailed and really good and focused on the vehicle side of it. I think I've got one also that does like winter vehicles. And so those are out there if you want the motivation. YouTube, YouTube is great because that's where I am. That's where we are right now, right? Uh, but yeah, if you if you find like you really need that extra motivation, and the worst thing you can do, I've said this like so many times, the worst thing you can do in our hobby is give up because you feel discouraged, right? You see a model that's half painted, you're like, I don't know, what was I thinking? Why did I start this stupid hobby? You get angry, you get like just upset. White washes on winter vehicles are super cool. I've seen those, Logan. Yep, white washes, that frost look. What was I saying? And then your models just sit on your table, or you box them up, or you put them away, or you never look at them again, or they end up on your rack somewhere. So don't give up. Don't give up. You can, if you want. I mean, if you're really don't, if you're really discouraged and you feel like you're gonna break your paintbrushes and throw all your models and set them on fire like that one guy did with his high elf army, um, then just step away from the hobby, box them up, put them on a rack somewhere, and come back to it later after you've rejuvenated your motivation. Um, Apothecary White. I haven't heard of that one, Brady. But then again, Games Workshop is releasing so many paints um, that I wish they had when I was first starting to do YouTube videos. Oops. This Brass Scorpion, or no, Runelord Brass base color, base coat paint is so great if you're doing corn models because it's darker than Balthazar Gold. Um, Wraithbone is another one. All of the whites Games Workshop made because everybody like me complained about how their skull white and White Scar is just ridiculous. Contrast. Voices of Mars says contrast paints. I've been using that for my Necron vehicles. Yep. Okay, contrast white. Okay, okay. Thank you. Yeah, so Runelord Brass is like one of my favorite colors of the year, and there's I know Games Workshop is releasing a lot of colors and a lot of products and paints, just trying to see what sticks. And I say you just got to find what works for you, what keeps you motivated and sitting and painting. Sometimes another good way to recharge yourself if you're losing the motivation and you're painting something, you're working on something you've been painting for like a month. If you're doing a Warboss Tape painting challenge, and you really have to just put it down. What I found sometimes paint something completely different. What I'm trying to do with my tutorials is do like one fantasy one and then a 40K one. Jump back and forth because you will keep your imagination engaged and you'll keep yourself motivated to keep going. I thinned Runelord Brass with Pledge and it airbrushed beautifully. Oh, see, I never got into airbrushing because it felt like a whole nother discipline. Tesseract Glow is my paint of the year. Yeah, that's another one that Games Workshop just released that is seems to be like really really catching on because it's something like their technical paints, right? Like their Nihilak Oxide that does a very specific job really really well, and you can find other applications for it. But like who knew gloss paint, just like art coat gloss, you could paint it on a mouth or you could paint it on gemstones and it looks like it's wet or it looks like it's reflective. It So it's great. There's so many things. Games Workshop's releasing so many models. Like I saw in my hobby store, they just released the new Blood Bowl, and the teams. Like I saw that, and I was like, I want to get that. I'm gonna get that box. I just had to stop myself. There, clean your brushes. Everybody, clean your brushes. Um, See, so like Hex Wraith Flame, but bright Mountain Dew green. When I did my Hex Wraiths, I think I thinned down Moot Green and just painted it over white. So now they have so many ways to get, like, you're cutting out the middleman, right? Do you remember back when you, before this range of paint colors, in order to get a good solid gold color, you had to paint a model, you had to paint that gold bit with like Mornfang brown or like a dark brown, and then you had to put the gold paint over it because the metallic paints Games Workshop used to make were so thin. So where there's new products all the time, we're finding things that work. Everything on YouTube, like all of my old tutorials, they can all be redone because Games Workshop and other companies are coming out with new methods and new products that always improve upon what you did. Move it method to clean those brushes. um, so never get discouraged, never give up. If you need to recharge, motivate yourself. Polished gold by Vallejo is the best gold. Thank you, Brady. See, just having if you if you ever get discouraged, just do a live stream, and or go online to a forum and post the question, or like on a Discord, and then you'll get a lot of people that are able to help you out and are happy to. That's a great thing about our community. Could you imagine if like we were like a video game community? They would just be like streaming community is mostly just like kids like insulting each other and just not being very helpful. But the gaming community, the hobby community is great. Calvin Brown, that was the one. Thank you, Victor. Yeah, I used to have to. I remember when I was painting ogres, I had so much gold to paint, and I was like, I can't even like when I painted dwarf gold, it would just like spread, and it was not good. Okay, so item number 4 on this live stream for those of you who are still hanging out with me. My goal this year, showing your face. That's true. And now look at me. Hey, 2021, new year, new me. Um, what I want to do is 2 full-on painting challenges. One in February, one in June. So we're still kind of getting over that winter slump of being stuck inside our homes because of the weather or because the world's on fire. And I think it'll be a good date. Also, February only has 28 days, so doing a little bit of painting every single day is just going to be, imagine the July painting challenge in February. That's basically what it is. And that's going to be in February. So you can join me on Discord where I'll be posting up all the daily questions. We'll make a little channel. And I got to say thank you to Darth Torlin, too, for helping me out with the Discord. And then we're going to be doing one in June, and that's going to be like the July painting challenge. But I realized last year, the Lady Boss and I, July is our anniversary month. It's both of our birthday months. Continuing to do hobby stuff in July is just not going to work for us. So we're doing it in June. We're going to do full-on painting challenge in February, one in June, a spooky Toberfest in October, where we're going to paint up something spooky. But that's going to be a lot more chill and relax, and it's only going to be one post every single week for the month of October. And then the month of December, we're going to do another December good vibes wrap up the year challenge. Just, it doesn't even have to be hobby related. I think I filmed my last December good vibes challenge, and that should be up later today. And it's just like, you know, celebrate the end of the year and do it with friends. So that's my plan for the year, you guys. 2 full-on challenges, one in February, one in June. If you can make it, then great. If not, then hey, all right, Aquarius, Brady. Then you can watch and follow the progress. If you can't take part in it until another day, until another month, then you can do that. But I've always found challenges to be the most fun. And when I was talking to the lady boss about doing a challenge that was like a year-long challenge, and you can just plug the dates in whenever, she was like, no, don't do that because nobody will do it. Everybody's going to wait till December. Nobody's going to get it done. And then I was like, yeah, that's a good point. If you make July is a brutal month of hobbying, I'm so busy living life. There ain't much going on from January to April. All right. Thanks, David. I mean, my lady boss said, do it, do it in months that somebody have a clear, definite beginning and end. And so that's basically like the month that worked for us, June and February. So if it doesn't work for you, then what you could do is, because it's already going to be happening or have happened, you can just do your month whenever you want. You can just follow along and be like cheerleaders and then do your challenge in a month that works for you. Do exactly the same thing. Film the daily questions and work every single day and just commit yourself to doing it. Or yeah, there's a number of different ways you could do these challenges, but I've found that they are the best for my channel. They help me get all of my painting done. And gosh, the reason why I keep doing them is because they're so much fun to see what other people are painting, to challenge yourself, build an Emperor class Titan in a year. All right, thanks, voices. My lady boss called me to run some errands. You know, I bet my lady boss would like me to go too. It was good seeing your face. All right, thanks. Thanks, voices of Mars. Um, So we're gonna be wrapping up in a little bit. We're already at 45 minutes. Uh, there were only a couple of other things I wanted to talk about. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be doing more culture stuff because we're sitting at our tables or like Dicey Guy lying in bed, and maybe you follow me because of my hobbying and because of the painting stuff, and you want my videos there to like while you're painting, which is what my channel is designed for. But I'm also doing other things in my life. I'm playing video games, I'm watching movies, and because a lot of us are kind of hunkered down, I'm gonna try to do more videos and audio podcasts on my Patreon, but just like videos and things on what else we're doing, what's helping us get through life. You know what I mean? So I have a couple. I have a couple planned. We've been watching this series that I really like called Space 8. I gotta remember what the name of the thing was called. The one with the John C. Riley and Fred Armisen playing like wannabe astronauts. I love that one. And we're just watching a bunch of movies and a bunch of shows. So many that see I can't even remember. Moonbase 8, I think that's what it was called. And a lot of things that I think were really great, and a lot of things that I think are a waste of time. So I'll be making videos and little audio streams that you can listen to. Very easy. What's helping to get through life? The Owl House. Is that a show? The Owl House. I don't think I've ever heard of that. But if you are interested in that, it's going to kind of be widening the whole appeal of my channel. So I'm not an expert video essay guy. Like I'm going to be doing a lot more free form talking about the things that I enjoy watching rather than writing out a script and talking about something from top to bottom. Oh, it's a Disney show. Okay. We just got through Mandalorian, so we might do a thing on that too. I mean, me and the lady boss, most of our time is uh is spent like we like to watch shows. We like to watch movies and TV shows, and it's been a crazy year where everybody's doing a lot more of that. And so when I can't get any hobbying done, I'll be trying to do more videos like that. So I hope that's something that would be of interest to you. Grogu. But that's it, you guys. You know, it's the first day of the year. The sun is shining. It's freezing, but I'm hoping that it's going to be a lot better of a year, and we're all going to be in it together. So I hope my little corner of the world. I hope to have you back in it, and that we can be painting together, hanging out, and you can join me on Discord, of course, if you'd like to support the studio. When we do these live streams, you can always throw a super chat in. Probably like Owl House. It's about magic and LGBT. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll take a look at it. There's so much stuff coming out on like Disney Plus, Hulu, and Netflix. Moonbase 8, that's the one that we really enjoyed. And what else have we been watching? Oh, we saw the new Wonder Woman. So that's a movie. And yeah, The Mandalorian was great. That one stuck out with us. Um, so yeah, we'll be talking about all of that stuff. But yeah, if you'd like to support the studio, you can become a patron on Patreon. Throw some super chats up whenever we talk in this live stream. And I'm going to be trying to do a little bit more regular live streams. And so had no impact. Oh, she had no impact. And I guess that's it. And I just want to say thank you, you guys, for following me and for supporting my work through the years. It's hard to believe when I look at my old videos how much I've improved, how much I've slacked off. Like so many techniques I've forgotten. Oh, the new Cobra Kai is out. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we got to watch that. Man, Cobra Kai is the only reason why I got YouTube Premium. And then when I heard they're moving over to Netflix, I was like, well, what's the point of even having YouTube Premium? And then I realized like if you have YouTube Premium, you can play a video like a podcast or a tutorial, and you can turn off your phone, and the video won't turn off. So I was like, once I canceled my YouTube Premium because we only got it for Cobra Kai, I was like, why do I see so many ads now? And why can't why is my videos not playing? Sometimes I listen to music on YouTube. So YouTube Premium is like it's pretty good if you can afford it. Um, I'm gonna have a hard time going back to not having YouTube Premium. But okay, I don't think there was anything else I wanted to talk about. Oh, we watched the new season of Fargo. See, there's so much TV we're watching because we spend a lot of time in our day just doing stuff. So ad block, Logan Swanson, ad block. What does that mean? Like if you have YouTube Premium, it blocks the ads. Because that's what I've noticed too. Once I got off of YouTube Premium, I was like, oh man, look at all these ads. I gotta skip. And YouTube is doing that. Like now we even say we don't want ads, but they're making us put ads anyway. Yeah. So oh, get ad block for YouTube. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. If ad block is free, I think that's what you're saying, Logan. I'm sorry if I'm misunderstanding. So what do I want to wrap up with? I got a lot of stuff that I want to paint. I got a lot of stuff that I want to review, unbox, and do. We got challenges coming in February, June. I hope you join me for those. I hope you're over on my Discord. If you're not, get over there and post some pictures up. A lot of us have Discords up now. Like I think uh, if you've got a Discord up, put that in the comments so people can go. And if you watch my videos and you like them, I heard that this is a thing, so that's why everybody says it. Like, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. But it actually does help because I heard that if you write a comment, like all of you are doing, thank you. If you hit the like button and if you write a comment, then it boosts your video up onto the algorithm. Listening to videos like a podcast on my phone yeah, that's exactly why I did it, David, because then I could play like a long video, like a 45-minute video or something that's just like a discussion or an analysis essay kind of video, and then I'll just like listen to it as background noise while I work. And it's great to have when you're painting too. You can have some tutorials going. But yeah, it helps me because it gets my video out to people who haven't seen my videos. And if you have found my video and you've never seen any of my other stuff, then chances are it's because somebody hit a like button and left a comment. Is there a link to the Discord? Okay, Matthew, when I finish this live stream, I'm gonna put the Discord in the description down below. It's also in any other video that I've done in the last year, I think, or since July. That's when the Discord was set up. So you can click any other video I've done in the past few months, and then the Discord will be in the description. Yeah, Dark Toilet has been awesome helping me set that up and teaching me how to learn it. teaching me how to learn it. And Play It Painted also. Both of them were really good at getting me to start a Discord. So yeah, if you can, hit that like button, subscribe, write a comment. It's not just something to say. It really does help for people who've never seen my content. It'll help get my video over to them, my channel over to put it in their suggested feed, and we'll just keep growing this little community. And I want to say thank you for watching. We'll wrap it up here, 53 minutes, and I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you eat some great food. It's New Year. Why not start the new year eating something great, being with the people you love, hanging out, doing the things you like, and it's also Friday. So we got a weekend. We can hang out and chill out. I'm going to try to get these guys done. A loon boss on a squig. I don't know why I didn't show these guys. You have to watch my ugly mug, and I could be showing you what I've been working on. This guy is almost tutorial ready. I posted a bunch of video, or I've shot a bunch of video to get him to this point. All I have to do left for the first part of this tutorial is hit him with the washes, and then he will be done. And my goal for the Corn Bloodbound. Yeah, thanks, David. I know we always just miss each other on these streams. My goal for the Corn Bloodbound is I'm going to paint half of the Corn Bloodbound Blood Warriors tabletop standard, and then I'm going to put them together so you can see with the tutorial guide that I'm going to do. And then half of them I'm going to paint extra super special Warboss High tabletop standard. I'm going to put those next to each other, so when I do the tutorial for the Bloodbound Warrior and put them next to each other, you can see what they would look like. I think that's helpful. I'm not going to have the time to do that, like buy boxes and paint up entire boxes of men or women or aliens or whatever. But I think if I'm doing a tutorial and then I can put the model next to a couple of other models at that standard, it's a good way to see what the model is going to look like. So my goal is do it for the guy with the glaive, do a tutorial for the champion on a blood crusher, and the slaughter priest, and then a couple of blood warrior guys. And so in order to get these guys ready for their tutorials, I'm going to have to paint up the rest of the models. So that might be. Hopefully, it's going to come out soon. We'll see. Cross our fingers. Let's see how much time I get to sit at the painting table. All right, we're at 55 minutes. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you guys got to hang out with me. And if I did miss you this time, I'm sorry. Well, these are gonna just come like randomly whenever I can grab an hour. I want to thank you for watching and wish you all the best with your painting. And have a great weekend. Yeah, you too, Logan. Everybody, have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.